Greetings. This is a short video covering the piece published in the Journal of Mass Violence Research entitled "What Are We Talking About? Definitional Confusion Within Active and Mass Shooting Research." The authors for this are William L. Sandel at Missouri State University and Hunter Martaindale at Texas State University Alert Center. The term mass murder or mass killing is widely used in the media today, but there actually is a standardized federal definition for it. The term mass killing means 3 or more people killed in a single incident. Now, there's some key components there that we need to understand that really make a mass killing what it is. So the most important component is that there are 3 or more people killed. So if there are 2 or less people killed, the incident would not qualify as a mass murder. If there are 3 plus killed in a single incident, it would qualify as a mass murder. The old definition used was 4 plus killed in a single incident, and sometimes you'll still hear people using that definition today, but in fact, the new federal definition defines it as 3 plus killed. The other important thing to remember is that this all happens in a single incident. It's not spread over hours or days or months or years. That would fall more in line with serial killing. This all must happen in a single incident. And the source for this is the 2012 Investigative Assistance of Violent Crimes Act, or the IAVCA. This is the bill that federally defined mass murders for what it means today. Another term widely used is mass shooting. Now, there is no federally standardized definition of mass shooting. However, the IAVCA discusses mass shootings along with mass murder. Therefore, it would logically follow that the term mass shooting would mean 3 or more people shot in a single incident. Now, the important components to think about here are shooting versus killing. You may have an incident where 3 or more people are shot and killed. That would be considered a mass shooting and a mass murder. But if you have an incident where 3 plus people were shot but nobody died, that would still qualify as a mass shooting based on this logic. So we have 3 plus people shot, and once again it needs to happen in a single incident. Once again, there is no federally standardized definition, but this is inferred from the IAVCA. One of the terms most commonly used interchangeably with mass shootings or mass murder is active shooter events. Now, it is incorrect to use these interchangeably. While events can have overlap, active shooter events are separately defined and an actual separate incident. So the federal definition for an active shooter event is an individual actively engaged in killing or attempting to kill people in a confined and populated area. Some of the key components for this definition are, of course, the use of a firearm, which is implied by the shooter in active shooter events. There must be an active component to it. So this isn't an incident where somebody walks up, shoots 2 people, and then walks away. That would just be a double homicide. There has to be an active component to it. It needs to happen in a populated area. So somebody staying in their home and just killing their family members, that would be a family annihilation, and the actual general public is not in danger, so it would not qualify as an active shooter event. The other big thing is the idea of somebody killing or attempting to kill, and that's the key component that really separates it from mass shootings or mass murder. Not a single person has to even be shot in an active shooter event for it to be considered an active shooter event. Only that somebody is actively trying to kill people. The other thing that's important to remember is that this is not an incident that's just part of another crime. So this isn't an incident where somebody is committing a robbery and shoots some people and leaves. That would not be a qualifying event under the active shooter event title. And the source for this is the FBI study of active shooter incidents in the United States between 2000 and 2013. And this was done in conjunction with the Advanced Law Enforcement Rapid Response Training Center, or the Alert Center. The most recent term that needs to be included with this discussion involves active attack events. An active attack occurs when an individual is actively killing or attempting to kill multiple unrelated people in a public space. Some of the key concepts here include the expansion into different weapon types. So this is an attack, not necessarily a shooting. So an active attack might involve a gun, but it also might involve a knife or a vehicle or any other means of attacking the general public. Once again, there has to be an active component to it. It needs to be happening in a populated area, not just in someone's home. And we also have the inclusion of killing or attempting to kill. So once again, not a single person has to be injured for an incident to qualify as an active attack event. And of course, once again, this is not including any sort of attack as part of a different crime that's being committed. So the source for this is the Advanced Law Enforcement Rapid Response Training Center. And the importance of understanding all these different definitions is several-fold. One, it's important to understand what data we're looking at. So there are many websites out there, and the article talks about some of these that present data and they use a key term, but maybe the data they're presenting doesn't actually meet that federal definition. It's also important for practitioners to understand these different definitions, because understanding these different type of events can help practitioners respond to different events. So it's important to understand if it's a shooting or if it's an attack, if it's a family annihilation, if it's a mass murder, what's actually happening on scene. And we hope that understanding these definitions and really standardizing them will help not only academics and researchers, but also the general understanding for the public and for practitioners. Thank you.